All right, it is day 92. Let's start with story time today instead of a quote. So I've been traveling for work last week and it's been busy, just work-wise, the amount of hours, and then also on top of that, the normal stuff, family, putting the kids to bed, starting t-ball, which has been fun, amongst some other things. And again, our plates, when we fill more side of, it's like a big pie, right? And you have different chunks of your responsibilities and how much time you can sort for one specific thing. And when you put more on one side of the tray, you're going to have to take some off of the other side, right? That's just natural mathematics behind the amount of time you have. So one thing that has shifted amongst the traveling for work and just the busyness in general has been, I've still absolutely been getting my workouts in every single day. It's just fluctuated where I can't, I haven't been able to go at the same specific time every day. There's been things that have taken precedence over those specific time slots. So what's happened about 3 or 4 days in a row prior to today was more normal, but prior to that, for 3 or 4 days in a row, it was like very late night workouts. I should commit to working out at like 4 a.m. just before my work day starts and before anyone wakes up, and shame on me, I haven't done that. But I'm a little bit of a night owl. I do enjoy late night workouts, so I've just preferred to work out late. Well, again, it's going well. I can be pretty disciplined with that, even though I'd rather work out at like 11 a.m. But anyway, so long story short, I am getting ready to go to the gym last night, and amongst just a headache and some other things, just not feeling tip-top, which is normal. You're going to have that. It was pushing about 10 p.m. and I said, man, I'm just going to go. I got to be about it. I've been doing it. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to get there. So I drove. It's about a 10-minute drive from my house to the gym. I scanned my little workout QR code. It beeps and I say hi to the person at the front desk. They say, have a good workout. And I proceed to put my bag in my locker. And right when I get to the workout area, when I'm starting the very first exercise that I'm doing, I do one set of 10. I was actually doing some abdominal stuff. I literally do one set of 10. I usually take about a 30-second break in between. And during that 30-second break, after my very first set of 10, a worker comes up to me and says, hey, I am so sorry, and we meant to communicate this, but the gym is actually closing. Granted, it's a 24-hour gym. I've never seen this place close other than for some construction projects that they very clearly communicate in advance. I had heard nothing about, and usually they have signs posted if there's ever going to be any machine delays or any weather issues, any holiday closures. Nothing on this, which is fine. Again, I it's not a big deal, but this girl comes up to me and says, hey, we're closing. So sorry, I should have told you this, but we're actually closing from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And it was already, if I haven't already communicated this enough, this video was already a struggle to get there, because even for me, 10 p.m. starting my workout's already kind of pushing it. If I'm going to do an evening workout, I need to go right after the kids go to bed. I need to go at 9 p.m. so I can get home at a decent hour to get some sleep. So I'm sitting there. It's 10:02 when this girl comes up to me. And about that time, again, I'm like, okay, well, I've done about 1% of the workout that I was going to do. And I see a lot of people kind of confused, and there's a cluster of people that are exiting the gym. So I grab my bag, and now I got a decision to make. It's okay, do I go home and kind of give myself an out? It's well, at least I tried. At least I went to the gym. At least I did my best. And theoretically, I could have gone home and done kind of a modified workout without heavy weights, and it would have been okay. Or I could have drove 15 minutes to the next closest Planet Fitness and said, you know what, I was already out. I'm already committed to doing this. We're just going to get it in. So that's what I did. And I'm not tooting my horn here at all, because if anything, it was probably somewhat of a going through the motions workout. Shame on me for that. But at the end of the day, just what I'm trying to communicate is, I had the opportunity right there to display extreme discipline. I had the opportunity to be about the things that I try to preach about. and be about the things that I say that I'm passionate about. And I did get home later, and all of this delayed. It was already a late workout, delayed it by a half hour at least or whatever, and then I got home a little bit before midnight. And but I will say this, that drive home after the work was finished, you can look yourself in the mirror and you can be grateful. And I hate using the word proud. I don't think that's the right word, but you can just feel joy and feel full from the decisions that you made, which is just totally the opposite of the quick fix, immediate gratification stuff of drinking, and again, to each their own, not condemning any one person or anything like that, but I spent a lot of seasons of my life years ago, and some of them not even that many years ago, where I was making some immediate gratification decisions that maybe they made you feel good in the moment and certainly didn't make you feel good for many hours thereafter that moment. And I love that, like, even, it's the opposite where, hey, I drove to a different gym 15 minutes and it's getting real late and the work's not always fun to push heavy weight around, but then it's like that delayed gratification. It's like, okay, I'm so thankful that I did that, and I'm so thankful that I was about the things that I speak about. I'm not always going to have good seasons maybe where I'm doing that perfectly by any stretch, but I need to remind myself when things get tough in any facet of my life to kind of hang on to that example. So the scripture that I have today, it's from the book of Psalm, chapter 64, verses 1 through 3. And it says, "O God, listen to my cry, hear my prayer. From the ends of the earth, I cry to you for help when my heart is overwhelmed. Lead me to the towering rock of safety, for you are my safe refuge, a fortress where my enemies cannot reach me." And that scripture just kind of spoke to me today. The author of that scripture was David. And it's like, when things are not coming easy or not going well, just having that real heart and to know how small we are and to know how big God is, and to really believe and trust that he can intervene in our life, because we can't just display this extreme discipline on our own, like day in and day out. I think it takes more. It takes us being connected to this higher power. I say it all the time, but it takes us being connected to a larger purpose and to be filled with hope that we have that only comes from God and that's only sustained by God. So it's just, I love David just being open and honest in this moment of like, God, listen to my cry, hear my prayer. I cry for help when my heart is overwhelmed. Lead me to the towering rock of safety, for you are my safe refuge, a fortress where my enemies cannot reach me. And like for me, sometimes I'm my enemy. Some of my human desires, and just whether it's laziness or whether it's any previous vices, or it's like, hey, God, help me just believe and lean on you more than I'm listening to any negative voice in my life, or more than I'm listening to my own sinful desires. Like, God, please be my refuge. Please be my safe space. And I just think that connects just a little bit with the gym story of like, God, I want to go home. I want to go sit on the couch. I shouldn't even be here right now. Like, we can get down this rabbit hole of victim loop, but to just put in the work and to be about the things that you say you want to be about, your future you is going to thank you for that. There's so much hope and joy and all of that just with that delayed gratification, and that's day 92.